Talking about the Game Awards. Like technically, the Game Awards happens now in 10 days. It happens on the 11th, but there have been some teasers posted by Jeff Keighley himself,
Jeff Wheely,
Mr. Game Awards. But
Mr. PlayStation Fanboy is what I call him.
The teaser itself has people incredibly confused. It's a statue in the middle of the desert. People have actually gone to it. But let's talk about this teaser because people are going to war about what it is and what it isn't. Is it Diablo? Is it God of War?
Here we go. It's God of War Egypt, everybody. I mean, what is wrong with you people, man? Y'all didn't even finish the storyline of God of War Ragnarok, and you guys already want to put Kratos in a new theme. If anything, it'd probably be a remake of the first game, because that's Sony. That's something Sony's willing enough to spend money on, sell it for $60, walk out with some AAA money. I mean, that's all they want to give you, ponies. I mean, considering you're buying all the remakes from Xbox, Sony might as well do the same thing. But come on, man. Really? If anything, I would love to see a Dante's Inferno 2, because, to be honest with you guys, I was more anticipated for God of War 3 when that game came out, but Dante's Inferno felt like a very good filler game. But if you really go back in time, Dante's Inferno was a far better game than what we got with God of War 3. Now, I was obviously anticipating that because I played God of War 2 on the PS2 and the game left off on a cliffhanger. But to be honest with you, just looking at it retrospectively, Dante's Inferno, in my personal opinion, was the far better game. It really is. At the time, I didn't think so, because I was really looking forward to God of War 3 to see what happened with the storyline and Zeus and all that. But man, going back in time, Dante's Inferno, for me, seems to be the more replayable game option.
Elder Scrolls. Let's get into it, because I honestly have a theory. Let's start. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please, is wrong. It is not teasing Diablo. But he said what it's actually teasing is very good, and I'm not going to reveal it.
It could be Sorrows. I really don't know what it is, man. Obviously, it'd probably be some PlayStation-centric game. It could be Sorrows. I mean, who really knows, to be honest? Because I don't think I've seen any game. It definitely ain't Hellblade 2 for sure. Because, these ponies, they can't stand these cinematic games, even though they love them on their PlayStation.
Tell you, because it ruins an actually good surprise. And a lot of people are like, okay, does it make sense that Jeff would be part of such a big tease if a Bloodborne copium? I'm calling Elder Scrolls. Hammerfell is a desert Mesopotamia-like area, Daedric-like creatures, and the Eldritch.
You guys spend too much time trying to figure these things out, man. All these trust me bros online. That is their source, guys. These guys don't really know, man. They must got some form of black mold formulating in their home, and it's just deteriorating their brain cells. I mean, come on, man. Like, with all the pony dust y'all be sniffing out of these leaky pipes, man, I'm surprised y'all still here doing this type of content. Like, for real. You know what I mean? Look at how these ponies are all congregating. Look at this. This is what the gaming community is about. You guys talk more about games than you're actually playing them. And this is why people just can't stay in the industry. And that's why games is at an all-time low, because we got more people talking about games than actually going out there putting their money where their mouth is.
Good job. There has been talks that Elder Scrolls 6 is going back to Hammerfell. That tiny teaser trailer we got of Elder Scrolls 6 was flying over Hammerfell, which is where one of the early Elder Scrolls games took place, right? I think it'd be interesting to sort of go back for the next sequel and sort of re-explore it. That, to me, I just want this trailer to be actually good and actually more than just CGI. I want to see actual gameplay of it. Jason Schreier, the statue, is not a Diablo 4 expansion, so the plot officially thickens. It's just one big statue. Jez Corden never reports anything correctly. I am crying. You know what? I'm going to be a hater, and I'm going to like that tweet. That's funny. Look at this. Darksiders. I do think Darksiders is another very good hint, but even as a person that's liked all the Darksiders games, I'm not sure I really, really miss that and wanted to come back. A lot of people were saying, and when they went there were actually Game Awards guards guarding this strange statue. People were allowed to walk up to it. You can see some of the employees around it off to the side and stuff. It's smoking. It's cool. Now,
and like I said, man, there wasn't really any good games this year, and a lot of people, like I've said, people like, what you mean games? You played a few games. I mean, they weren't top notch though. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100, man. They weren't like games that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. You feel what I'm saying? And I just think that's the problem with gaming, that a lot of gaming now just doesn't really feel special to anybody. People are just doing it just because, let me just waste some time here. I come back from my 9 to 5. Let me just play a game until the meantime. And then it became more of a chore You know what I mean? And instead, back then, you would actually that's how addicted people were to video games back then, that they would literally, it's facts. You guys know they would skip out on things, even in their own personal life, just so they could continue to play the game. I don't think nobody's doing that no more. Nobody's doing that like that, man. Y'all know video game, and it's just a waste of time. It really is. You know what I mean? You go out there, you play these games, and then you shelf them. But there's no real inherent value into these games. You beat them and you shelf them. That's it. Or if you have them on Game Pass, you just delete it off your hard drive. That is what games feel now to everybody. Now, some people can disagree. Of course, you're going to have fanboys that still want a console war and make it seem as if these platforms are better than how they were before. But come on, man. You got to start questioning how better these consoles are getting if all you guys are getting is 7-year-old remakes and games from like 25 years ago with Halo and no multiplayer. Like, you got to tell me where's the excitement. You have to excite me. It shouldn't have to be the other way around, because you already know how people like myself feel. And I've played a lot of games. I even played a lot of games I didn't like. I finished Pokemon Legends. The game was pretty solid, but from a gameplay flow perspective, but those Mega Evolution battles was kind of corny. I'm going to keep it 100, man. And then the constant amount of them, I just didn't like that. But besides that, the small world did kind of help benefit the flow of gameplay, so I didn't really mind it too much, even though you couldn't really have too much traversal mechanics. But like I said, it's not taking the world by storm. If you played one Pokemon game, you played them all. And I just think that's kind of the stigma that a lot of what video gaming is.
But as a person that very much loved Mario Kart 8, in fact, I put thousands of hours into Mario Kart 8 and played all the expansion
I highly doubt that.
Packs and DLC tracks, something about Worlds just to me feels so half-finished. The graphics are nice, the open world roaming is cool, but it just feels so incomplete. And to me, a lot of that comes to the whole grand tour of it, which is that one of the things that really irked me that
but it's sold 9 million though. It was bundled with the Switch too. Think about it, guys. You guys, in some cases, have had some of the biggest games launched this year, but yet the hype died down so quickly. You know what I mean? You still got people playing Mario Kart 8. Nobody wants to play this game. You know what I'm saying? One guy told me it took him like 10 minutes to even find a lobby. Everybody's playing Mario Kart 8. Nobody likes this game. There's only a few selective fanboys that play in this.
What stopped annoying me is that instead of having just races on a track, right? You're going through Bowser's Volcano or some crazy Rainbow Road up so big, it's so popular, is that sense of grindiness, that chase at it, constantly trying to go
against that. Didn't you give this game a 10 out of 10?
Researching its weaknesses, learning how to take it down, teaming up with your friends
online. I swear he hyped this game up
over and over and over again for those rare crafting materials to make the next big blade to take it down, right? But the problem with Monster Hunter Wilds is that this gameplay change they've done is basically making you extremely overpowered. This is the shortest, most paper-thin, most vapid Monster Hunter of all time.
What do you guys expect? I called this out when Rise came out. The last good Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter World. That is it. I called it. As soon as I see Monster Hunter Rise come out the way they did, I only knew Capcom was going to make it worse. They want to appeal to the casuals. It is what it is. I think Capcom has been doing this for quite some time, guys, because they even did it with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate with the slime weapons, which I was a huge fan of, with the Brachydios and stuff. But that was their way of kind of making the game easier as time was going on, but the game was still very, very much difficult, and it was only really one subgenre of weapons like slime. So you know what I mean? And it wasn't the craziest thing because you would still want to run the full element. So I guess it was a nice addition to the game. But now, yeah, I'm just gonna stop it with World. That's it. Because this game is garbage.
It is autopilot.
It is trash.
You no longer even go to the monsters. You can auto run to the monsters, pretty much one-shot them on the first try. Normally, when a Monster Hunter game comes out, people play it for hundreds of hours. And even then, you're constantly getting updates, new monsters, crazy expansions.
This is what happens when you want to play a game that's casual. I go as far to say that the last good one, in my opinion, was Monster Hunter Generations. I go as far to say that because I thought World was garbage in comparison. Freaking Generations had over 190 monsters, I think, at launch. And World, you had to wait for a lot of them. So that was really heavy into Generations when it came out on Switch. Hopefully that game could get ported because I'll definitely play that again. But this was trash, bro. That's why I didn't even buy this game.
Wilds immediately died right after release because it's just too easy. In a game that's not necessarily about difficulty, this has...
no. Monster Hunter is most definitely known for difficulty. So if this game is not difficult, then in my personal opinion, it is not good.
Moved the grind. In a lot of ways, Monster Hunter fans say that Wilds feels like it's developed by people that hate Monster Hunter, and sadly, I gotta agree. Number 8. It's low budget, it's got a lot of issues, it's got bad balancing, it has the most nonsensical story.
And then you guys wonder why people don't buy games. I mean, just look at it, man. These are all the games that came out this year, right? And to be honest with you, these games are not taking the world by storm. These games are not making people drop whatever they're playing to go pick up a PlayStation 5. They're just not. It is what it is, man. You guys can keep lying to yourself because you guys want a console war when in reality the console war is over and nobody cares anyway. Not even your own audience, because that's why they're not picking up these games in the first place.
Dark Souls series, everything that From Software has done, including stuff like Armored Core. But this game, okay, so first and foremost, it launched totally...
I don't like the whole open world aspect to these games, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes linearity means more, man. You know, this whole big, let's just have a run through a whole volcano with no interruptions, no structures, no buildings. If anything, to make these type of games is easier, right? Because a linear game, you have to make it structured to where the world feels, comprehensive to what the character is going through. This is just putting you in an empty wasteland with a bunch of trees. We're going to put him in an empty volcano and just have him slay monsters in the open field. This is trash, in my personal opinion. This is worse gaming design than even from a linear perspective. Because at least with linearity, like if you play the original Dark Souls, there's multiple paths of doing one thing. How can you have multiple paths if everything's just wide open like this? Okay? Like, when you play Dark Souls, the original, you feel like everything you're doing is secrecy. Like, you can go down to that big well, get the weapon early on, or you can go up on the... Like, you had variety. And it made playing the game unique, because you could go for specific weapons and do the certain things that you want. But look at this.
Unfinished.
Like, how...
You cannot claim this game was not very, very unfinished.
Look at this.
This is a procedurally generated co-op roguelike Dark Souls mod. I mean, that's basically what this is.
Ooh, look at this. What is this, Monster Hunter? Like, bro, that's what I'm saying, man. We got to stop with these open worlds like this, man. We got to stop with this, man. Because there's nothing ambitious about this. There's nothing. These are not worlds. This is just a plain wasteland on a volcano. This is what I'm saying. I can't stand open world games now.
Elden Ring, and there's 3
Look
separate
at that.
nights.
All
night
you're doing
1,
is
night
running.
2, night 3, and a constantly shrinking ring. Your goal is
I see more running on this than Dynasty Wars.
Rush around the map, finding different power-ups, fighting mini-bosses to get extra weapons and stuff.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's skip this one.
Decade of this, every single game is just now weed skins and stupid takedown animations and microtransactions and season passes. This is the worst one yet. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has a 4-hour campaign that is literally just recycled maps. It is just the Warzone map with cutscenes on top. The story is terrible. The multiplayer is painfully unbalanced.
And you know what's even more sad? People don't care and they still playing it.
Honestly, downright boring. People are able to slide, cancel, slingshot around the map. This has...
So you clearly are saying that you don't have skills to be able to compete with the people playing online.
The stupidest movement, but even the zombies, which is the highlight of the game, just does not feel good.
I thought the shooting was very good.
This game not only has
personally
hundreds of dollars of microtransactions in it and like a $200 special.
Just from my point of view, I thought the shooting mechanics was good, and I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan like I used to. So I thought, in my personal opinion, that the shooting mechanics was good. Now, obviously, there's a few mechanics, like what he's saying with the sliding and all that you have to kind of get adjusted to. I don't really like it either. I'm on that, boost to the ground type of game. But still, like, all you got to do is learn how to adapt to it.
Black Ops 7 is filled with AI art. The entire game is literally not real. If you pay money for this, they didn't even pay money to the developers to make it. I've never played a game that
video games ain't real, so I don't know why. Why would you assume that they'd be real?
Wish I could forget this. It may not be the top because the two games
but
above...
But of course he had to add Avowed. Yeah, he had to add Tony Hawk. He added a lot of Xbox games to this top 10 worst games of this year.
This are actually worse, but Black Ops 7 really made me really frustrated. I mean, the more I played it, the more I just felt like, man, I can't believe
Look at that, bro. You can't even shoot, bro. Look at this. Nah, bro. You just can't play the game.
That makes so many billions of dollars feels so somehow lazy.
Well, that's what people are buying. So
lackluster, so unimportant. Microsoft and Xbox clearly do not care about COD. At this point, it's just slop for the piggies.
Well, they don't have to care about it because the gamers do. They care about these games. This is what the gaming community is playing, Mr. Dreamcast guy. They're not playing your beloved exclusives. This is where they're on. When you see Astrobot at 1.5 million, understand that even your own audience is playing, this game right here.
I mean, I think that, honestly, this might be the year where they never recover. I think at this point, every other game is willing to fill that Battlefield niche, right? Number 2, Zion.
Oh, no.
Right,
Nah. This game is good.
Disappointing game. I'm going to count it as both.
This game was amazing.
The original creators.
Gamester told me this.
Right? A guy
he told me this game was amazing.
They made the current day sense of perfect.
He put my game in. I feel insulted.
Buggy. It is so appallingly bad. You're playing.
Well, not now though. And maybe at the time where you played it, yes, but the game is not like that now. So currently, the game is pretty enjoyable.
This guy who's basically like a defense contractor guy, and after coming out of the military, you've had your memory wiped. You've got this mysterious.
Bro, this man can't even. Hey, yo, he's shooting like a casual, bro. He missed. Yo, just let me see this again. He missed. Just look at this.
You're playing this guy who's basically like a defense contractor guy, and after coming out of the military, you've had your memory
2,
wiped.
3, 4, bruh. 5 missed, bruh. And he didn't hit him once.
Game, you're working for like these mysterious, futuristic, evil tech companies. Every mission is so glitchy. The graphics makes no sense. The faces do not.
Yo, this is the worst gameplay I ever saw.
The game breaks constantly. We're not just talking hard crashes. We're talking frame rates in the single digits. We're talking you shoot somebody and they just fall through the level and the quest breaks. This game is legitimately the worst game of the year. And part of my annoyance with it is that you expected better, right? How do you go from Grand Theft Auto to freaking Mind's Eye? So much of this game felt like it was trying to be like a weird mix of like...
he can't even play this game, which is crazy. But like I said, man, in my personal opinion, I actually enjoyed it. I've 100%ed it twice. I think the game is good. Now, mind you, I did not pick this game up at launch. I picked it up as soon as they started updating. And the game actually runs quite smooth now, even though I had one crash on a live stream. But I would recommend, especially during the Black Friday sale, they had this game for $10. So, I mean, for that price, it was amazing. Obviously, I can see why people would be disappointed if you pay $70 for this game and it just didn't work at launch, which I would agree with, not defending that. But as of right now, the game, in my personal opinion, is running flawlessly. Not flawlessly, but you get what I'm running way better than what you see here. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. At the end of the day, I feel like gaming as a whole, I mean, people don't really want to buy games. You know what I'm saying? My friend was trying to get a copy of Mind's Eye, and he was like, yo, every place where he was trying to call, they were buying it now all of a sudden. So, I mean, who knows? There goes those software sales going up. Mr. Leslie Benzie, he's trying to make that money just in time for that online update. Selling the game at a loss for $10. You know, Leslie pushing them software sales. Oh, here we go. But take care, guys. Peace out.